Welcome back to the 27th hour, episode 65. My name is Ted Young, retired Air Force Master Sergeant, independent duty medic. I'm going to give you a little spiel about my life. I hope you enjoy it.
Welcome. You're listening to the 27th hour with Junior
and Dre Rocker.
Get ready, strap in, and hang on. Welcome to the club, bud. Okay, we're on the right track. Like, so you good? You guys find the game? I don't even know. Welcome back to the show. Ted. Mr. Ted Young.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, big dog?
I'm doing good, man. This is a dope cave you got down here.
Cave. Oh, I haven't heard it called a cave yet. I like that.
It's a man cave.
It is a fucking man cave. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for doing my tattoo today.
It was my pleasure, my honor. And before we get started too far deep into this, I want to thank you for your first response services you've done for the world, keeping us healthy and safe. And I want to thank you from my heart for all that you've done for us.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Whatever you have or have not done for us. My dog, we've had a day.
We've had a day.
We're going to get into all kinds of cool stuff here. You grew up in Pennsylvania. Can you start with give me a rough background of your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, Pennsylvania and we're going to head on in this little story we got.
Sounds good. So, born in 1965, son of a steel mill worker, youngest of five.
In Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania, just north of Pittsburgh, just south of Cleveland.
Fucking industrial USA, baby.
Absolutely. Great little neighborhood. Had a great childhood growing up. Played baseball, wrestled, cross country, you name it. Tried a little bit of baseball at Penn State. Didn't like college.
I didn't hear that piece.
Joined the Air Force.
Love it.
Hey, Dad, I got a new job in Texas. What are you doing? Can't tell you. I told him. I never told my mother.
What would she have done?
Well, what she did do after 6 weeks of basic training and 8 weeks of tech school, she walked right by me in Pittsburgh Airport with my full uniform on. She didn't even know who I was. I was 20 pounds heavier.
Really?
Yeah.
Was your old man proud? Was he excited? Was he scared? He just said, good, have at it, man.
My dad knew what I was getting into, and he said I made the right choice.
Good.
And when people say, hey, why'd you pick the Air Force? And I said, because I scored high enough to have a choice.
So you joined the Air Force.
I do.
Take us through it, my daddy. What happened? Where did you go? What was your first? How do you want to? You just tell that whole thing how you'd like.
Yeah, after basic training test school was over, my first assignment was at March Air Force Base, Riverside, California, where I dated my wife at one time, and we met up later, but I'll get to that.
Yeah.
And spent 4 years there, almost 5.
In Riverside.
It was time for me to look into an assignment because I didn't want to stay there forever.
Yeah.
So Sicily comes up. I said, Sicily cannot be that bad. Southern tip of Sicily, 23 years old. I was loving it. Loving it.
I'll bet.
I was there while the first Gulf War broke out.
What year are we talking?
That was 1989. I got there in December, so probably early 1991. So that was and it's closed now. It was a missile base. We could have closed off that first Gulf War in 18 minutes flight time with what we had there.
No shit.
Everything would have been glass.
Why didn't we? Don't stay out of that. So your wife went there with you to Sicily?
Oh, no. I was single.
You went alone?
Yeah, we dated.
Got you.
Right? Then I went to Sicily.
Bad.
Right? So I'm leaving Sicily. I'm on my way to Florida. I get diverted to Upper Hayford, England. That's where I ran into my wife again.
She was in England?
She was in England.
She was also
She was a medic that turned cargo aircraft C-141s into a hospital.
In the what branch?
Air Force.
Air Force as well. Okay.
Right. So, year later, drunk dialer at her mom's house by accident. She's house sitting with her in Hawaii. 4 a.m, I'm lit off my ass. And she says, when am I going to get to see you again? I said, I'll be in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. Guess what? Next day, calls me with flight arrangements.
Oh, shit.
Pick me up. I had my Uncle Joe with me because I wasn't sure how to get to the airport. So we walk into the airport when you could go back to the terminal and pick up your people. She's leaning against the wall, cowboy boots, jean shorts, tan, blonde, nice rack, leaning against the wall. And I looked at my Uncle Joe. I said, "That's her." He goes, "Bullshit." I said, "No." So the whole way home, I was driving. He was in the back seat. She was in the passenger seat. He's doing this. Walked this girl to my mom's house, and my mom thought it was my roommate coming home with me. She had no idea. A year later, we're married. Cinderella story,
Absolute Cinderella story.
right? Fate's fate.
It is fate.
Just
And that
had-
was in 90, like, what are we at there now?
92.
92-ish.
And we got married in 93.
So now we're back in Pittsburgh.
Nope.
Oh,
We are on our way to Las Vegas. I am.
okay.
She's in the Air Force Reserve still out of Norton Air Force Base, California.
Okay.
So we get to, I'm leaving England, and like we spoke earlier, my superintendent wanted me to go to independent duty medic school, and I didn't want to do it. In fact, I didn't, absolutely told him I'm not going. So what's he do? He calls the schoolhouse, has it put on my orders, school en route to Nellis Air Force Base. So I went kicking and screaming, and it was the best decision for me. Halfway through the school, I flew into Vegas because they gave me permission. I got married. I will go back on Sunday night, about 6 in the morning. I got there, had a test at 7, failed my test.
What test was it? What was it for?
It was block 5 of school. You know, we were doing the medical training stuff. And so they asked me, said, "Ted, you've been scoring 98s, 96s in this class. What happened?" And I held up my hand and went, "I got married. Remember you let me go?" And he goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." So they said, "Come back this afternoon. We'll retest you." And I got a 98.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah. And then the next night we had a bathtub full of jungle juice. 3 days later, I took the fruit to class, and they sent us home at 10 o'clock because we were all drunk.
Oh, of course you were. Vegas. How do we go from there?
From there,
How do we kind of get around? How do we go now?
all right, so Vegas, I did my preceptorship in the emergency room when I first got there.
So what is your title? What are you now? What are you? You're a medic? What's your official title?
Right now, I'm a paramedic.
Paramedic.
In the Air Force, I was an independent duty medic,
Okay.
which is one for between 500 and 1,000 people.
Okay.
And when I say one, I mean everything in the hospital. You have to do the admin stuff. You have to do the doctor stuff, the pharmacy stuff, lab with the microscope stuff. And now, you know, we're a one-man hospital, basically.
Yeah.
So you come see me, I diagnose you, check you out, diagnose you, get your meds out of my pharmacy, send you on your way, follow up with you in a couple of days, just like at your doctor's office.
Gotcha.
If I had to draw labs, I ran them, and when I got the results back, I called you back in just like a doctor.
Okay.
I didn't have a license to do that. There's a lot of us that don't have a license to do what we do.
Yeah.
But I can tell you one thing a paramedic has, and that's a license to make anybody naked for no reason.
Explain if you want to.
Think about it.
Got it.
Not that I ever do that.
No, of course
not.
not.
Unless I have to do that.
Right.
You know,
There's a time for everything.
there's a professionalism about it, but hey, it's a good joke, though, right?
It's a great fucking joke.
It's the best license in the world.
So you're in a clinic setting kind of a thing right now.
Right now, I'm sitting like the fire department.
Okay.
You know, if everything's good, the phone doesn't ring, everybody's having a great day, I'm happy. I don't have to do a lot,
Yeah.
right? So I say, when my phone doesn't ring and everybody's good, that's a good day,
Got it.
right? So, because any minute something can go down and that phone rings.
Right.
That's when you get a little bit of even after 39 years, a pucker factor,
Right.
right? Because you don't know what it is.
Right.
So, I was at a Red Horse unit in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And that's where I met most of my, like I was explaining to you earlier, if I call you brother, you earn that title. That's my extended family. And I had a guy call me from that unit who's a truck driver just 3 days ago and said, "Hey, Doc, what the hell are you doing?" right? Skeeter's crazy. Skeeter's a lot of fun. He's a great guy. And Red Horse was like that. We were a 400-man family, men and women, that is. And up until 1984, I don't think they let women join.
The military, the Air Force,
No, the Red Horse unit
that unit
used to be an all-male unit.
Wow.
So there's a lot of women that served in that unit that don't get the credit that a lot of people do.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's way cool. Is that where we stay? Is that where we stay with this? Where do we go now? How do you?
Well, I mean, what we did at Red Horse, we were combat engineers.
Okay, so you're still in Vegas though.
Still in Vegas.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot happening.
Yes. A whole lot happening.
So I'm on a controlled 3-year tour at Red Horse, and the medic has to move on after 3 years.
Okay.
So I call up Air Force personnel as an independent duty medic. You could do that without your boss's permission.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what do you have overseas long? And they said, Aviano Air Force Base, Italy. Bam, I'm gone. 3 weeks to sell my house.
I'll bet.
Yeah, my wife was pissed.
She stayed home.
Oh, no, she came with me.
Keep an eye on you, fucker. I'm not going to let you out of my sight.
No, it was crazy times, you know.
What happened there?
Well, you know, we stopped at my mom's place back in Pennsylvania before we went, and they kind of got in a little argument. And Cody was only, I don't know, 18 months old, my oldest boy. And I thought they were both wrong, so I didn't take any sides. And my mother was looking at me, and my wife was looking at me, and she says, you know, I'm your family now. You should take my side. I said, well, if I thought you were right, I'd have done that. Keep one thing in mind. I can always have another wife. I only have one mother. And that, my man, was the longest 16-hour flight the next day to Italy I've ever been on.
That's ballsy, bro. Damn. That's solid. That's scary.
Strong woman.
That is. Yeah, it sounds like it.
And we hash things out. You know, people go up, they have their ups and downs, and you fix them.
Yeah.
It's not 50-50. It's 100-100.
Absolutely believe that.
Right?
Yep. Correct.
And I think I heard you say you loved your wife 3 times a day.
Yeah, probably.
And you could never say that enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing around here. Italy.
Italy was awesome.
Italy was awesome.
Yep.
Anything you want to dance through there?
Let's see.
There's a lot you can't talk about.
Right. There's some stuff I can't talk about.
There's a lot of stuff you can't talk about. So
But-
it's going to be kind of difficult to get through some of that quick, but however you want to do all that. Go. You
Well-
just have at it.
When I got there, we had a independent duty medic supervisor, and he said he got promoted out of the job. So he said, I'm not leaving this until you bring Ted in my spot, which means I had a clinic in Spain, Greece, in southern Italy, and a radar site in southern Italy underneath my watch, where I had 2 independent duty medics at each site. And that was interesting. You know, you had to go to Spain, Greece, and southern Italy twice a year.
Damn. It's not a vacation, though.
Yeah, no. Still got to see some stuff, but the paperwork was brutal.
Yeah, but
So, I mean, but a private Learjet, base commander, you know, hospital commander, no big deal.
that's a lot of flying.
I'm not afraid to do that.
That sounds like it. It sounds like it.
So from there, I deployed from there to Kosovo. And I spent just short of 18 months there. And I don't think a lot of people know what went on over there. But Milosevic was doing genocide. And that rumor about 700 body graves is not a rumor. We found that out when the demining team sent the dogs out and they sat down. And they missed one, and the guy that was running the dog team went out with his vest on, and one of those popped up under his vest and blew up.
Damn.
And his shoulder girdle hit me in the side of the head. I was 25 feet away. That keeps me up at night.
I can only imagine among many, many, many more things. What is the idea? What happened over there? That I know people don't. It's out there, but it's not. People don't know about it. What was roughly happening over there?
Roughly happened over there. It was
If you can explain that.
I want to say it was the Kurds, and I can't remember the other group, but they were at war with each other. And they were killing men, kids, boys, babies.
Yeah, every fucking buddy.
Everybody. And they were putting them in these mass graves, and when this guy blew up, the hole in the ground made body parts show up other than his. So they start digging and digging and digging. It was brutal. It was brutal.
A lot of death over there, and I don't know why they don't. That's not a really heavily known thing.
No, and the people over there had a compound. We had a compound in Zagreb, in Croatia, and around our compound was a brick wall. Each brick was stacked with the hole in, with the hole, one brick, and then a brick between the two, and all those bricks had a name on them, and it was for 300 yards on one side of the street, and around the corner for another 150 yards, 4 foot tall. That's a lot of people.
With the deceased people name?
Yes, and that was a slap in the face to NATO for not acting fast enough. Imagine looking out your window every day and seeing that damn thing.
Is it? They tip it over?
Oh, no.
It's still there.
It's still there. Probably still there today.
War is an interesting thing. Is it not? It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, we can leave it at that.
And you are sent to help just soldiers, or are you helping anybody
Anybody that was over there,
that's part of our ally team?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Canadians, and Italians, British, German. We even had 2 people from, what was the Encino Man? Where was that caveman from? Estonia.
Estonia.
We had NATO sent as many people based on their population.
Damn.
Estonia is so small they sent 2 guys.
Yeah, you don't even hear of Estonia. Damn.
It's crazy.
What how do you go from there? I don't know how you do that from there. I don't know how you want to talk about everything. I don't want to drive you into some shit and say I can't answer that.
You're good.
So just dance, baby.
I'll dance. From there, when I went to Kosovo, I was trying to cut time off my tour in Aviano because my old group of guys wanted me to come back.
To where?
I can't talk about it.
See, there we go. Okay.
To my special assignment. Let's call it that.
Okay, call it that.
All right. So when you have the clearance I had, it takes more than a year and a half for anybody to get put there.
Okay.
And so it's real difficult when somebody's getting ready to leave. You got to start counting a year and a half out to hire somebody. And this isn't the job where you go to Air Force personnel and say, hey, what do you have available? Excuse me. This is the kind of job where somebody knows that you're good enough to be part of their team, and they call you. That's how you find out about that. So.
And I remember you got this call. What was that story? And you had to just pack up. Was that piece of that story where you packed up from somewhere and quickly and had to leave?
Yeah, when I got back from Kosovo, I had about 3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks to pack up. They wanted me a year earlier than my report date was.
Gotcha.
Which was cool. I got to see all my old buddies again. They're a group of guys that I started my career with, and then we all went our separate ways, and then we all ended up back up together again, which is really cool.
That's way cool. What is that? The group how many is left of your group? Is that the group?
No, that's not that group.
That's a different group.
It's a different group. We're on the last of 10.
Last of 10.
Yep.
Lots of that going on.
Lots of that veteran suicide going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pretty bad on my half. Don't worry, I ain't got no plans to do that.
Yeah, you ain't going to do that.
I got too much shit to do here.
You do. You have way too much to do that. And we're going to get into even more of that for sure.
All right.
What about next? What's next that you can talk about? Because there's a piece we have to jump over.
Yeah, there is a little piece we have to jump over.
A big piece.
Well, I took a break from that job, and I went to Saudi for 18 months. It's supposed to be a year, but the guy that was supposed to replace me was on the Fat Boy program, and he couldn't deploy.
Fat Boy program.
Yeah, he was too heavy.
Okay.
Well, you consider me.
I know about that program.
You got to see this motherfucker back in the day. He still does. He looks like Steve Austin.
I'll show you.
We'll pull up some of these pictures. He's a big. You're still big.
235, 4% at the time, but who's bragging?
We'll show that picture with them kids.
The little African kids?
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, because I had all the candy in my pocket. But yeah, so that was another thing I went to from. That was actually when I was in Italy. I went over to Chad, Africa, for 2 weeks. And you want to hear a good one?
I want to hear it.
All right. I get stuck with the cyst clinic.
A what?
Cyst removal clinic.
Oh, good God. Okay.
All right. So after I do 3 pretty nasty, stinky ones, I get this guy with this big lump on his head, about the size of half the size of a baseball. And he gets over to me, and when I get down through the afro, his scalp is moving by itself.
Fucking bug in there. An animal.
How about 1,000,000 spiders?
Oh, get out of my face. Fuck that shit. Don't fucking say that.
I cut that open and I jump back so damn fast because
you.
I don't like
running.
creepy crawlies.
I'm
I
running.
don't like creepy crawlies, man.
The fuck?
A spider laid eggs in his scalp, man, and they grew.
Good God. I didn't hear that one up there. I don't remember that story.
No, you didn't hear that one up there.
I did hear that one.
I had to save some.
God damn. That's why it's hard to understand where to go. So I don't even know the questions to ask because of that. So I just got to sit and look at you. You're gonna have to do it.
Well, isn't like I
I don't know where I can go.
like I said, the independent duty medic stuff.
Yeah.
We did minor surgeries, emergency dental care, all that stuff that you can think of that happens in the hospital.
Yeah.
We were it. So we got a medical team together. We go down there, and we were giving immunizations, which was really important because we gave the kids that are dying from measles, mumps, and rubella
Yeah.
vaccinations that we've had since we were kids.
Right.
And hopefully they're not dying now, you know. I'm about being around. I want people to be around.
Yes, you are. You save people.
I do. And that stems from me when I was a kid and my Sunday school teacher. She was a nurse, Mary Ladiak.
You still remember her name?
Still remember her name. She died at 94 years.
Damn.
About 3 years ago, I think. Her daughter wrote me a really nice letter. Because I used to go with her on weekends to the old folks' home. And she really taught me the compassion of medicine. You have to really look at yourself and see how you want to be treated, so you can treat everybody else the same way. And I call that with gold gloves.
Gold gloves.
Gold gloves.
I like that.
It's called the Midas touch. Everybody's happy.
Unless you cut open and see spiders. Fuck you. I'm running. Ted, I'm out on the spider thing.
Hey, I was out too.
Good God. Where we go next? Where can we go next?
Where can we go next?
How do you want to?
Where do we go from here?
I don't know. I don't know how you can
All right,
talk.
I'll tell you what. Let me transition it this way.
You just do it how you got to do it because there's a lot of interesting things that we have to move away from.
Right, and you know, I never thought I had PTSD
Okay.
until I had PTSD.
Okay.
And everybody makes the mistake thinking that that's military only. Your dog could get hit by a car, and that's PTSD to you,
Sure.
right? So everybody has a misconception that it's only us that are fucked up.
Right.
Only military guys are fucked up. Well, that's furthest from the truth. An eighth grader contemplating suicide is worse than what I have. Because I can deal with my shit. That eighth grader might not know how,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I've been doing a lot of since I got out, since I retired.
So we're through it. You're gonna leave everything the way it was.
Well, let's see.
You had a 22-year career, correct?
Yes, I did. 22.
See, and there's a lot.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that my wife doesn't even know.
You're in things and you can't talk about them.
Right. And I was
That's it's awesome, man.
I got attached to some organizations that are letters only, and you know, that's about all deeper I can get into that.
For many, many years.
Many, many years, many different countries. Some I'd love to go back to, some I don't want to go back to at all.
But doing so, you've helped things. You're helping. You're doing good.
Absolutely. We're here to keep people alive, not make them go away.
Well, thank you for being hidden for so long and do your new thing. I appreciate that. I didn't even know you were there because you weren't.
Because I wasn't. Absolutely. In fact, the Air Force lost my whole damn personnel jacket.
On purpose.
I don't know. I have no idea. I called to get these awards and decks for my time being deployed in the war zones, so I could get a little bit more money, or not money, but leave time for my work at Dugway. So you get max leave time if you served more than 2 years in a war zone. Well, I've been in a war zone for a little over 4.5, and I missed 11 years of my marriage with all this stuff too.
No, I can imagine.
So I always make the joke that's why I'm still married, because I missed 11 years of them. My wife's a killer, Dre.
I was gonna ask, what was you said that you had Cody, right?
Yeah.
Right before you guys went to Italy, right?
Right.
How hard was that transitioning your whole family over to a whole new country? You were living on base, I'm assuming, right?
No, actually, there was no base housing where I was at, so everything was out in the local community. So my first month, my wife and I stayed at a hotel halfway up this mountain called Piancavallo, and that's where they have a lot of U.S. Olympic skiing stuff going on up there. And a buddy of mine that I met when I was in Sicily, and I went to Aviano on a softball trip, Mike Blankenship. His wife was an Olympic downhill skier. He got out of the military over there and stayed there as a civilian. And we stayed at her parents' hotel. And we, for 4 years, 3 years, every other Saturday, my wife went to we went to their house, and she showed my wife how to cook Italian.
Ooh,
Then they came over to my house. My wife showed me how to cook American.
nice.
Right? So there ain't never a bad meal in my house.
Italians can cook too.
Italians could cook, man. And that
Well, so can we, but that's pretty authentic.
there's a place in Salt Lake that matches that. And
Is there?
I cannot remember the name of it to save my life.
That's pretty real.
I took my wife there for our anniversary, man. She absolutely loved it.
Hell yeah.
So, but so anyway, we're there, and you asked about how hard it was moving in the community, right? So we lived in this house in this little town called Jice on a dead-end road. And Cody was 18 months, and he's a sponge. 2 little boys living next to us taught him Italian. He taught them English.
He spoke Italian. Wow.
At the age of 3, he could order me a meal.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah. He was a good kid. He was a good kid.
Yes. Always is and will be, huh?
Yep.
What about so you're kind of you're going to wrap it up without all that. What is there any other stories about that you want to grab in there? You want to shift gears? You tell me.
Nah, let's shift gears to. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I like talking about my career.
I know
and
you do.
stuff.
And I know you do. And I didn't know if you wanted any more of that.
No, I think we should. Let's go to
22 years in the military, you're good, or your career, and you're out, you retire.
Yep, and then I get a job. All I want to do is roll a doobie, grow a goatee.
God, thank you.
So I get a job at what? DOD. Can't do any one of those.
What's DOD?
Department of Defense.
Okay.
So I go to Tooele Chemical Depot, or south area of Tooele Army Depot, and I cover that chemical mission. And now I'm doing the same thing at Dugway. So I still can't have my goatee, and I still can't smoke a doob. And I've never smoked one, so you wait.
Oh, yes, we shall
We
wait.
can't wait too long now.
We're not-
I got 5 years, brother. 5 more years if my wife says I can,
and only if.
and only if. Yep.
Does your wife participate at all?
Not really. She was never into that. Her dad was a cop, San Diego PD, 36 years. So yeah, when I first met him, when I first met my father-in-law, and told him I was wanting to marry his girl, right? We were dating, and he said, "How you gonna take care of her?" I said, "Don't worry about that. I got it covered."
You got it?
He says, "Come here, let me show you something." He walks me into what I thought was a closet, and there's 60 guns hanging on the wall. He goes, "You better treat her right." Then he handed me a glass of Crown, and we had fun.
Attaboy. Is he still around?
He is still around. In fact, he just turned 78 today.
Did he?
Yep.
Where are they
what
at?
They're at right now. My wife is with them at the brewery.
And they're in Tooele-ish?
They're in Tooele at
Cool.
the brewery, and he's pissed because they only serve steak on Friday and Saturday.
And they were in, didn't you say they were in San Diego and they moved up?
They moved up here because
of you guys. That's cool.
because he had so many guns, he's going to be considered a felon with their stupid ass laws.
How does he
out
have
there.
guns in San Diego? They are against guns there.
They lived out in the country, man. He was
Did
a
they?
cop. Yeah, he had 12 acres out there in San
That's
Diego
cool.
County towards Tecate. It's beautiful up there.
Yeah.
But they lost everything in the fires in 2000. I think it was
That
2008.
place is scary, man.
They rebuilt, and it was made. The fire was a fire started by illegals in a barn 5 miles away from my in-laws' house. They said, they were camping down at the beach with their motorhome, and they said, "Get back here and get your shit because you only got 6 hours." But they only had 2. They had 100-mile-an-hour winds out there that day. And
Well, they just had a fire going to stay warm or what?
They kicked the fire. Either it was cooking or they had a fire to stay warm. And the old lady came out and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they kicked the shit over and caught her barn on fire. And that was it.
You start one little thing up there, it's gone.
Gone.
Dry bitch down there, bro.
Yep.
Especially get inward a little bit.
But it was beautiful.
Yeah. It is gorgeous, right on, especially coast way. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. So
So you're back and you're now where are we going?
where are we gonna go?
Where are we gonna go? So you're out at the depot.
Out the depot.
You're Dugway ish area.
Yeah.
Still doing your medic stuff
Yep.
to this day. Is that
this
still what
day.
you do today, right?
Right.
Okay.
37 years, 39 years now.
Damn.
Excuse me.
You're ready just to save lives all day, every day?
Yep. And even when I'm done, it's not going to stop
No.
because I lost a lot of friends of mine. Suicide after they got out. And I work a lot with that. I was with the foundation for about 5 years, and then it just got overwhelming for me. But I still answer my phone. And 2 days ago was 5 years from one of my buddies, from Vegas. I had to go to his funeral, try to explain stuff to his wife that I couldn't tell you either.
See, that sucks, bro.
Right.
It's tough.
So luckily I have a strong woman,
Yeah.
and she gets it.
Yep.
She knows when to walk away, and she knows when to edge me on to get to that better spot.
Yep.
But I lost my son to suicide in 2014. March 3rd, 2014, my life changed, man. I never had to dial 911. I didn't even know if I could do it. But
How'd that go for us?
that didn't go well because normally when I get a phone call like that and I'm going to a scene, there's no pulse. They're pretty much already gone. But I was home. I was about 20 steps away in this little Z pattern. Heard the bang, smelled the gunpowder.
You were home when
I
your
was-
son did this.
I was home. And
Were you the only one? You too?
it was just me and him, yep. And he didn't know I was there because I was supposed to be at the mechanic with his car. And he was supposed to be at Utah State. So I get to the top of my steps because I heard him say, "Yeah, Mom, I'm going." And then when I got to the top of my basement stairs,
Like he was on his phone or something.
yeah. And then I heard a bang, and I said, "What the fuck was that?" And then I smelled the gunpowder and ran around the corner. I was a paramedic for about 30 seconds, and then that was Dad. I checked him. Smoke was still coming out of his head. I was so close. That never happens. Never happens. Wow. So that led me into, I don't know, they always say God has a plan for you. He didn't have to, I don't think he had to take my boy for me to do what I did after the fact of helping so many other people not do that. And I will continue to do that for anybody that calls me, because you don't have to give them any advice. You just have to listen. Most of the time, they just want to tell their side of it. And that's it.
You're usually the guy receiving the call, the distress call.
Right.
What's it like for you to give that call?
You've
spent your whole life receiving all of this.
I was actually lost. I actually called my wife first. And I'll tell you one thing, man, she has never heard me high-pitched, worried, scared, nothing. But I told her, I said, she was doing home health at the care at the time, and she was with a blind woman. And I said, "Look, I need you home, and I need you home now." And she goes, "I can't." I said, "Listen, I'm telling you, I need your fucking ass home now. Now, right?" And she goes, "Okay, I'm on my way." So then I dial 911, and, it goes from there. But, yeah, that was a brutal day. But I don't know. We're not a statistic. We're still together, my wife and I. Most people would get divorced over that.
Over a lot of things you've been through.
Right.
That woman's probably tougher than a fucking... Jeez. Wow.
It's a snowball, brother. What do you want to know, Dre?
The message. Do you want to do that?
The message.
The phone, on his phone?
Oh, yeah. So when I went into his room, when I first got in there, I didn't worry about scene size up like we would normally do when we go in on that kind of thing to try to preserve evidence or anything like that. So on his phone, he left a little yellow sticky because he had his phone encrypted with his code number, and he drew that message up at 12:45 in the morning, and it wasn't until 9:18 the next morning or later that morning that I heard the bang.
Yeah.
And he didn't point any fingers, so we didn't point any fingers.
Yeah.
And we sat down that day and discussed what our game plan was going to be right off the bat. And therefore, there was no, you did it, I did it, none of that going on. We were like that,
Yeah.
and you have to be like that.
So you were just saying it's I'm good and everything's I'm just over this. I'm sorry and
Yeah, pretty much.
very very very
Pretty much, he said, "Sorry to leave you this way. There's just too much going on. I can't take it anymore. I appreciate everything you did for me, and I love you."
I was at midnight the night before,
That was at almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
and he was the clear next day.
Yeah.
At 9 that morning. So many hours later.
And he had a big fight with his girlfriend, and that kind of shit. But I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that went behind that.
Right.
She got in the military. He did it, and that was one thing. He saw me ripping up a Air Force Surgeon General on the phone. He was sitting right next to me, and he couldn't get in because he had a peanut allergy. And now they reworked their whole system. Now you can go to basic training with an EpiPen.
So he wanted to go,
Yeah, and now they can.
and they should.
And when you have friends in high places, shit like that changes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So yeah,
That was how long? That was in
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah, he'd been 26 this year. And Alex just turned 21.
You do have Alex.
I do have Alex.
I've tattooed that little monster.
Yep, it looks good too.
He's a good kid.
You put his brother on his arm. That's nice.
Yeah, we did that. That was fun. That's fun. He's a good kid, man. That's how we met. Even through your kid, your boy.
Yep, that's
kind
true.
of funny how that works.
He said, "Dad, you got to go see this guy. You guys are so much alike." And I'm like, "There ain't nobody else like
So
me."
I want to kill him. Then that's what you're gonna say.
He said, "You're gonna love this guy." I said, "He's just like you." I said, "There ain't nobody like me, man. That mold got broke a long time ago."
It blows my mind, Ted, how you can just talk about it, man. And for whatever reason, is that how that works? You nobody can plan for that.
No.
Nobody can. You're put together with it. You stay with it. You're okay.
Right.
How do you deal with that, man?
You deal with that by, for one, he's not. They leave us, right? But they're not gone.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it hurt so bad? Because they're here in your heart.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
So as long as they're here, they're still with you.
Yeah.
And that's how we treat it, because his name comes up in conversation every day, like he's still here. My favorite pictures go on this Rolodex electronic picture frame,
Yeah.
and he knows when I need him, because my favorite one of him, and will come up there, and it's supposed to stay on there for 10 seconds, 7 minutes.
Every time.
Yep, every time. if I need that, when I'm feeling I need that, every time.
That's insanity.
Right? And he's in 144 different people in 26 states.
Meaning, what do you mean?
Organ donor.
Really?
Yeah, and the one I
You
would
know that? That's
Yes.
something you know?
They track it for a year.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
Good for that. That's beautiful.
And then they still had 3 pounds of his bone waiting to go somewhere.
He has that. How many people? 100.
144 in
He
26
has
different states.
144 people living because
Yeah.
of him.
Back surgeries.
Fucking wow, that's beautiful.
Here's the one I want to know.
That is beautiful. That's working like that. That's insane. That's
2 different people got his corneas, which is awesome.
his eyes.
Yeah, his corneas.
Damn.
And then the one I really want to know is a kid in Tennessee. 18-month-old boy got his aortic valve of his heart. That kid didn't have to have any
There's goosebumps here.
didn't have to any anti-rejection medicine, nothing. Will never need another surgery. That's the one I want to contact. But they won't tell me who.
If that kid was any kind of an angel, if there's such thing as angels, that Cody's an angel.
Absolutely. You raise them right.
He saved a lot of people.
A lot of people were getting along really well right now with what he did. Damn. And I could have had an open casket funeral, but I didn't want anybody touching prosthetic hands because we donated most of them. What I have isn't much. So, but
I think that's beautiful.
yeah,
That's what you take. You made beauty out of
tragedy.
tragedy.
Well, like I said, man, I told you earlier, if all I had was a stick and a turd, I can have fun, right? So I do the depression thing with comedy. Like, how do you like your steak?
I do remember that. Look, I've talked to a lot of people, and about things off this. Obviously, there's this. That's a real thing where you hear about soldiers deployed and the things they say when they see intense things happening. Even the same thing. It's sick humor.
Right.
They have to make fun with it and light with it because it'll eat you alive.
It's brutal.
Make it comedy. You have to kind of shift through it.
Like I told you earlier, if you come up by a paramedic that doesn't have a sick sense of humor or a very dirty sense of humor,
He's a fucking psychopath.
they suck.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Doctors and all that. I would imagine.
You go home every day and you're trying to erase that shit, and it doesn't happen.
Comedy and fun and through it as you go through it. You're working through that.
Making fun. Yep. That's what I try to do. I try to make fun. And the wife gets pissed every now and then, but hey, that's how I deal with it. She can deal with it on her own way. It's working. Whatever we're doing is working.
So far, you're just kicking along.
That's right. Having a good time.
I would imagine, obviously, that's one of my worst fears as a father. You know, how does that impact your family? Does it bring you guys closer? Was there like turmoil during that whole process?
No, I don't think it. In my family in particular, we were pretty tight. You know, there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, my kids, I was telling Junior earlier, I said integrity is everything. If you don't have it, you have nothing. So I had kids that would rat themselves out if they knew they were going to get in trouble for doing something. And I think the honesty of it all, you know, and being open kept us pretty tight. So it's going to affect you whether you want to or not. It's just how you deal with it, how the outcome is going to be for you in particular. For me, you know, me and my wife, we talked about it all the time. Like I said, he comes up every day in the conversation. Oh, that reminds me of Cody. Oh, that guy looks like Cody. You know, that kind of shit like that. But
A lot of people don't do that.
right,
They don't want to talk about it.
that's just it.
And
that's therapy.
I think it's beautiful you guys do that.
Right.
I think it's great.
We quit going to the psychiatrist for grievance counseling because we were doing better on our own. He wanted to relive everything every day. Every time we went in there, he wanted to relive the whole thing from the start. We wanted to move on from that. Alex is actually the first one that says, I ain't coming back in here. He says, I ain't coming back. I don't need him. He just pisses me off.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
I think people can work through things their own way. I think that's a healthy thing.
Yeah.
And they have you as a good backbone of working through unbelievable things. And you, it's funny. You have that, you already have that under control. So you're their strength, you know.
No, I think I was just the first step.
Sure.
They just walked in my footsteps.
Sure.
And that was, because it ain't on me. It's not on me.
Got it.
There's many pieces to an anchor if you don't make it right. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
So it's supposed to be one piece of steel. But on my father-in-law's boat, that anchor has a pivot. You know, so
Yeah.
y'all have to be on the same.
What about, was there, just for the people that are going to hear this, they're going to side with this, they're going to feel something from that, going to see something in somebody else. Was there ever was there signs of just, I wonder what the hell's going on? Or was he okay up until just bang, right to this point? Was it a normal, just teenage kid shit?
Well, yeah, it was a normal teenage shit, you know.
Something for people to be, hey man, watch for this shit. Is there any of that going on?
It was his first love, and I get it, you know. But I knew what was going to happen when she went to basic training and tech school because my wife and I walked those footsteps already. So you meet new people, you go to the next part of your assignment with some of the same people, and then you get stationed with some of the same people. That's your new family. So we try to tell them, hey, you know, we can't tell you what to do, you know, but this could happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that his mother's, and I know I told him, I said, yeah, I didn't get married till I was 27 because I wasn't done hoeing yet.
For sure.
You know, when the fun side of the single goes away, you find a partner.
Right.
Right. So
it was just normal then. There was nothing crazy sticking out there.
Not really.
Screaming at you.
No, not really. I mean, one day he worked for Domino's and he was driving. He got a speeding ticket, and he came home and he thought he was going to get fired. And he says, "I just want to die." And I said, "What the hell was that?" Tell you what, man, go take a shower. Come downstairs. Let's have a talk. So we talked for about 2 hours about everything, and he opened up about everything. And I said, so when it all got said and done, I said, hey, man, get up. We're not done. And he said, what do you mean? I said, get up. We're not done. So he gets up. I hug him. And he starts to cry. That was my first sign that I had an issue. That was Thursday. He was going to school Friday morning. I said, hey, man, I'm just your dad. If you need to talk to somebody other than me, let me get you to him. He said, all right, I'll sleep on it. I got my coffee in the morning. He says, hey, Dad, I want to talk to a guy. I said, okay. 3:30 that afternoon, he got out of school. Got him for 2 hours. Monday morning, the deed was done. We took Alex to go get some anti-anxiety meds, you know.
So that was stacked, right?
Yeah.
That was right.
Same weekend.
Damn.
So we go into the pediatrician's office, and the psychiatrist's office was in the same building. And my wife saw him walking down the hallway, and she walked up and grabbed his hand. She said, hey, did you see Cody on Friday? And he goes, yeah, how's he doing? And she did, and she told him that he shot himself. And he buckled. He didn't see it coming, and he had him for 2 hours. Kids are the greatest concealers, man. They can hide anything.
Absolutely. That's why I was wondering that, if that was even a...
It's a thing.
And if you were, I remember as a teenage kid, as growing up, God, everything, we're dramatic. We're, especially with the breakup shit.
Right.
So, if it's just normal kid stuff, man, you just never know. But keep your eye on your kids.
Yeah.
Man. It's not, but even that, you got a great eye on your kids.
Right.
There's really no telltale, man.
Nope.
Oftentimes.
But like I said, man, it pushed me in a different direction, you know. I got hooked up and I got involved.
What direction did it push you?
And as far as the suicide stuff, I don't want these kids to go away.
Yeah.
After I spoke at the funeral, 7 kids that Monday were in therapy because they talked to their parents on the way home from the funeral. So whatever I said, it's a blur to me. Got through to them.
Tell them about that. About your speech in the back and all that.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty cool.
we had our private family meeting prior to, and we were walking into the chapel, and I'm carrying an empty urn because we haven't got his ashes yet, and not really looking around, paying attention. And the bishop did his thing, and he gave me my cue. He gave me a little wink to see if I wanted to say anything. I didn't have to if I didn't want to. But my wife said, whispered in my ear, she goes, you get your ass up there and say something because I don't know what to say. So I did. I buttoned my suit jacket crooked because I'm not used to being in a suit jacket. I like sweatpants and T-shirts. And so I got up there and I gave him about a 7-minute spiel. Look, my family just didn't lose Cody. Everybody in this building lost Cody. And then when I realized that they opened up a basketball court and it was standing room only and people were in the hallways, that was the impact my kid had on that community.
More goosebumps.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
So, and
How many people you think were there?
I'd say close to 800.
Holy hell, are you shitting me?
No. And
Wow,
I
that's
pulled
cool.
out my cell phone.
Damn.
And I said, hey, kids, when it says mom and dad's calling you, answer the damn phone. We're not trying to get in your business. We just want to make sure you're okay. And that made 7 kids talk to their parents. So
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I'm good with that. One of them was my buddy I work with at Dugwood. One of my paramedic buddy's daughter. She's 22 now. Talked to her at her aunt's funeral just Friday.
From hearing that piece of...
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I wanted you to say that. I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful. I think people need to hear this.
Yeah.
It's real.
It is.
Answer the phone.
We lose 22 a day. 22 veterans a day we lose. I think it's down now to like 19. But that's still too many.
What do you think the fix for that? Is there a help? What is the help for that? What's an aid for that?
The aid for that would be, well, here in Utah, we have the Safe UT app. And all you do is go to the Play Store, put in Safe UT, and download it, put your passcode in, whatever.
This is an app.
It's an app. And it's very big in the high schools in Utah now. Everybody, I think all the high schools and even colleges now are logged into this system.
It's an app. So people that are... Oh, I think he's pulling it up right. Oh, he's getting that.
Well, it's an app that lets kids that are getting bullied in school
Okay.
send in video or report it to the counselor. And then if you're in dire straits, you can text. Kids are texters. They
Yep.
can text directly to a professional at university psychology at the University of U
And
hospital
they'll talk to him.
right now.
Damn.
Right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's good because there's that for adults for days.
Right. But see,
Kids don't want to talk to us sometimes.
No, they want to text you. So
Or not talk to you at all. If they can text somebody else or talk to somebody else, that's awesome.
right. And that's all they need to do is find somebody that's going to listen.
Okay, what's that app called again?
Safe UT.
Safe UT.
And it's on the Google Play Store, whatever. Safe UT. Download that app, and you can pull up a school, and it'll let you take pictures, load pictures, video, text, report bullying. Bullying's a big thing. You can report bullying and submit a video, and now there's consequences
And will they move it from there if they must?
if they have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody telling the kid in the cafeteria, "Why don't you just go kill yourself? Nobody likes you." That's what some of these kids are dealing with. You know, you don't count. That's the worst one I heard yet. You don't count. And I've talked to hundreds of kids.
You need to go around to schools and spill is what I think what you should do. I'm not telling you what to do, but I think that with that would be a very impactful move
We
to help. This is helpful, man.
yeah, the foundation I was with for 5 years.
He pulled it up right there.
Yeah, that's it right there.
So anybody can download this thing. Download it.
Anybody can download it.
And I think that is so cool. Kids can just do it.
Yeah.
With nobody even knowing about it, they can talk to somebody if they need some help quick.
They go in there, they pull up their school. If they need psych, they can text or call.
How did you find out about this?
Well, part of my foundation, I was working with Senator Thatcher and Steve Ellison, I think it was, Representative Steve Ellison, and they were pushing this for a while. And when it first rolled out, only 3 schools got involved in it. And once we had a movie showing, the parents that were at that movie theater or at the TATC where we had it, they wanted to know why that wasn't in play a long time ago.
When did it come out? When is it effective? Remember?
Shit.
Years or
14, 17.
Oh, it's
Probably 2017, 18.
okay. I thought it was brand new. It's been a while.
No, it's not brand new. In fact,
Okay.
that also led into something else where it's not approved yet, but we're going to have there's going to be a national suicide hotline, and it's going to be a 3-digit number. When you call somebody when you're hurt, it's 911.
Absolutely.
Who do you call when your brain's hurt?
Like 111. Let's do that. Right.
Right. I think it's going to be. I can't remember what it is. I don't want to give you a number because I can't remember what it's going to be. But there's going to be.
They're trying to do this though.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and the phone companies have to figure out, like, if I dial 911 from a Utah phone and I'm in Colorado, I don't need Utah help. I need help in Colorado.
Right.
That's what they're trying to figure out right now.
Because 911 is that nation? I don't know that that's nationwide.
911 is nationwide.
Is it nationwide?
But it's
Okay.
local. Like, I'm at Dugway,
It'll
but
pull you up where you're at. Because we've talked to operators before. I couldn't remember.
yeah. See, now if we're at Dugway, this is how it works at Dugway.
Okay.
If you have your cell phone and you dial 911, you get Tooele County Dispatch. They relay that to Dugway Dispatch, and we get dispatched.
Gotcha.
If you call from a base phone, you get Dugway Dispatch.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing there.
Because you're lined to it or whatever.
Right. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to get 911 one way or the other.
Gotcha. Yeah, so they're working through trying to pinpoint where you're at if you're calling that hotline then.
Right. Absolutely.
That would be easy. That would be so nice because how hard is it? And when you're in that spot, I would imagine it's like look up 1-800 fucking texting, looking up online, trying to find
Right.
some if that's numbers in your head. Like every human alive knows 911.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's awesome.
in crisis, who's going to remember a 9-digit number, 10-digit number?
Absolutely, it's just as crisis-y as
Right.
an emergency.
So we pushed for that for a while, and it finally got adopted in, and more schools got in. Even some colleges are in. I think most of Utah is in now. Like somebody in Mesquite will get somebody in Mesquite.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. I mean, every little bit helps.
Yeah.
And I think lack of information is probably one of the biggest concerns with that. Because in crisis mode, you don't know where to go. But I could put you there.
Yeah.
I have a five question questionnaire that will give you your game plan, your own crisis response plan that you made yourself in front of me, and we went over it. You put it in your wallet, and when you get anxiety or crisis mode, You pull that out, step by step, your steps.
You're doing this?
I did it at one of our support group meetings, and everybody loved it.
You want to share it or no?
If I can remember what it is.
Okay. Man, this stuff's all so cool. I like give people tools. That's what it's all about.
Right. If you can't give them a tool to use, what good are we doing?
We're just spreading shit. Is what
Right.
we're doing.
So, first of all, the first question is what makes you be in crisis? What brings your crisis on? Right. So you write down whatever it is. We go to the next question. Where do you go when your crisis comes on? Who do you go to? Who do you call? Right. Third question wakes everybody up. What's your reason for living? That's where they get stuck. And then they start putting stuff down. And then they start crying. And then the next two questions are information I give them, where they can go, who they can call. The fourth one is where they go and call. And the fifth one's the professionals. Uni, Valley mental health, that kind of stuff. So that crisis response plan I learned from an Army psychiatrist. And it works.
And do we have anything like that in place?
That is a tool that I used, and I'm not sure if the foundation's using it or not, but we were all trained in it. You know, it's called ASSIST.
I think that should be another thing going.
Right.
I really should.
I've gone through some classes, you know.
That's good.
And I'm not an expert. I just lived through the real stuff.
You've lived it, bro.
And
That's
I've-
more expert than any expert I know.
Sometimes the best learning thing is experience.
I don't think sometimes.
I would hire a guy with 32 years experience and a brand new kid out of college any day.
It's not years, it's miles.
Right.
It's in that trench, baby. It's been there.
On my wall in my house, above my stairs, I have an Abraham Lincoln quote. It's not the years in the life. It's the life in the years.
I like that.
We put that up week 2 when we moved in.
That's a good one.
It's awesome.
That's a good one. Holy shit, Ted.
What's next?
You just keep going. I can tell you what's next is your drink. Let's have a fucking little sip of your drink real quick.
Sounds good to me, man. Let's have some homemade limoncello.
Yeah, we'll lift it up a tick right here. This is your concoction.
It's my chemistry set.
You brought us a little bit. I don't drink, but I'm gonna have a little sip of it. It looks delicious. It smells like it smells like lemons.
That's all it is. It's just lemon peel,
Fuck,
bro.
it smells good, bro.
Got news for you.
What's up?
Got a sore throat? Got a cough? Best cough syrup in the world.
I grew up on Jaeger that way. It's funny. Me and my brother always had fucking colds. I'm like, Dad, I don't feel good. Jaeger. Boom, every time.
And see, when
Dad, we're still sick.
when kids are teething, I had airline bottle of Jack Daniels in the diaper bag.
Rub it on them gums.
Rubbing on them gums till it squeaks, and they go to sleep.
Absolutely. And then Daddy needs a little.
Yeah, but that bottle's not big enough for Daddy.
You want to just pour a little bit, or do we?
Oh man, just a shot, dude. You trust me.
100 and good time.
That's a 100+ one.
There you go. Coming at you. Oh, the fucking ice cube's melting. Sorry.
Oh, you don't need ice in these.
Oh, shit. Well, I froze it. Dude, it froze.
It shouldn't.
It was almost fucking frozen, so I pulled it out hours ago and put it back in the fridge.
It gets thick and seary, but I never seen it freeze before.
It was thick, like slushy.
No, that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay. I like to pull it out. I was like, fuck, it's going to freeze.
Did you say you like to pull it out?
Yeah, no. Not necessary. Absolutely not necessary.
Yeah, because I hate to be a professional like that.
That's necessary to a point sometimes.
Yeah, something. Well, I don't know.
Let's fucking have some of this.
You don't put it in or take it out.
You got some, Dre? Let's do one of these.
I do. And Erica told me, she said,
let's
he
do
said,
it.
if you drink it, you can't walk after. I said, at least he warns me.
You can't. We'll talk about that later. That's coming up. There's a lot of coming ups. We can talk after this. Let's do one of these.
Yeah. Cheers to my first podcast ever.
You're going to have some of this after me? Because I can't drink all this shit.
You'll be all right.
Oh, fuck. That's good.
Right?
No. You'll like that.
Hey, put 2 shots of that in the margarita blender and see how
That's
fast the party
fucking
gets started.
delicious, bro. You get in trouble on that.
I could sell that shit if I wanted to.
You fucking backwoods hillbilly sumbitch, you.
From Pennsylvania Amish country, man.
Allegedly.
AKA Loki allegedly. You've jumped out of helicopters.
Yep.
You've ridden in airplanes.
I made alien ooze and I got called Kevorkian.
Do I have to say anything? Do I ask or do I just let that be? What do I do there?
No, some guy just drank my lime version of that.
Oh, that. Fuck, okay.
About three quarters of a bottle, and he sweated all night long. He called me Kevorkian the next day.
You can't fucking drink 3/4 of that bottle.
Jimmy Rash was a big man.
He'd fucking kill a guy. That would kill you.
I know. I'm like, damn.
That's fucking. Use the fucking turpentine, but it's smooth.
Well, when Mikey comes over to my house, I always seem to be missing the bottle when he leaves.
Yeah, fucking Michael Stewart, you little peepee.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a bottle. I'm not
That
gonna lie.
shit's dope. That's
gonna need
really
one.
good. Thank you.
I'll make another batch next week. Takes about 10 days.
I'll Venmo you.
Does it take it? It does. It cooks it up. It goes. Huh? That's good shit.
When the
Marinades.
lemon peel snaps like a Frito, it's done.
It snaps.
Yeah, you hold it in your hand and snaps like a Frito. It just sucks all that lemon goodness out of there.
Damn. Yeah, you can. It has a. It's like a. It's not zest. It's a. It's deep. It's like a.
It's zest only.
But it doesn't taste tart.
No,
It's like a deeper.
that's my secret.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You fuck. Everything you have is a secret. That
Nobody likes bitter, man.
we can't, I don't even know what to say. I can't fucking say stuff.
You can say anything you want. It's a matter of whether I answer it or not.
I know, and I don't want to guide into all these weird spots.
Was there some good alcohol in these other countries that you went to? Like, did Italy have some really good stuff?
Wine. Italy's wine for
Hey,
days.
no, yeah, but they have grappa.
What's grappa?
Grappa's their moonshine, and
Is it legal to do moonshine?
it is. But they had this brandy, this wine called Zabibo. It was strong like a brandy, but it was sweet. They served it in a little clay dish, and you could only get it one place in northern Italy and one place in Sicily because it's illegal. So you go see the guy that makes the wine. He takes you out back through a barn, down some stairs underground.
Yeah, like some fucking mafia shit.
Yeah, and then he walks through the Vino Rosa di Casa
What's that mean?
house red wine,
Damn.
and then the white wine, and then he gets to the back,
Yeah.
and he turns around and he goes, shh.
Don't say anything, my friend.
Right. So he gives me 2 gallons of this shit for $10, and I go home
Worth $1 million.
worth $1 million.
Is it fucking delicious?
Awesome.
What is it? Oh, he's got it. Grappa. Grappa's made by distilling the what? Pomace? Pomace, a blend of grape seeds, stalks, and stems left over from the wine making process.
And this lemon here,
Zero waste. Oh, it's zero waste.
yeah.
That's cool.
And this here, the stuff that I make, they serve you for free after your dinner to get the digestive
Is this the idea?
started.
Okay. Fuck. Is it? So it's. Is it? What color is it? Is it grapey? Is it purple?
No, it's clear.
Is it? It's this idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, it's in that cup right. That little
That's it. And that will light a pretty blue flame like you ever seen before.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it said that
But it's
on average,
60%.
yeah, on average is 37.5 to 60% by volume. That's crazy.
They give it,
That's 110 proof.
and it's
About.
legal or not legal.
That's legal. They give it to you for free in this form after dinner when you eat out.
Here's another question: Is it not? Is it there that they do salad or whatever after? That's dessert kind of thing. At
Oh
the
no,
end of it.
no, your antipasto always comes first.
Last though. What's last?
What's last?
What's your? I thought it was there.
That's usually tiramisu or gelato.
I thought they ate salad last.
No, they just eat really late.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can't go out to eat until 8:30 at night
Why?
because that's when they wake up from their siesta.
They got fucking life figured out.
They close down from 3 to 7 every day.
And it's country, state, and whatever wide, it's
Yep.
countrywide.
And in August, don't try to do anything because they all go to Rijeka, Croatia, or somewhere over there for holiday for the month. So for August, they shut down
Everybody.
for the most part.
So for my whole entire life, I've always heard that the French hate the Americans. Is that a real thing? Have you been to France?
Only in the airport, and I hated it.
They're very, yeah. It's a different.
They're rude. The hygiene's a little bit different than ours. But
Italians, are they like our Italians I know, like on the East Coast? They're just the most beautifully
yeah,
welcoming humans you'll ever meet.
very courteous and
Aggressive though. Are
yeah,
they
yeah, could
like
be
like Jersey, like
yeah.
I love that.
Like when I was in Sicily.
But you're never a fucking stranger.
Right. And when
Come in here. Get in.
Yeah, come on in here. You know, my best friend's parents were from Sicily, and when you're in high school, you're going to go out and drink on Friday night. That's just the way it is. So they had a pact with all 5 families, the parents included. We went to their house and drank. We switched houses. But at my buddy's house, his mom and dad, they'd be baking us pasta at 1 a.m. Die-hard Sicilian.
Just party all the time, fun,
All night long.
happy people.
Yep. And they're still kicking, too, and they look really good. And they're in their late 80s.
And they say, do not eat pasta. It's so bad for you. They live on it over
No,
there.
you say you eat the pasta because tomato has acid in it. It helps keep you young in the wine. Keeps your heart strong. That's why they live so long, man.
Italians got to figure it out. I ain't shitting you.
Just don't go to the beach over there and see a 350-pound Italian in what appears to be a thong, and when he bends over, boom, it goes to the widescreen.
Are there beaches? Is it beautiful?
Yeah, it's topless, too. Like
Are you fucking kidding me?
Me, Cody, and my wife were walking down the beach, and everybody's topless. I said, take it off.
Did she?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Without a heartbeat. Within a heartbeat, she
Did
took it
you?
off.
You look like Steve Austin. Fuck yeah, you did.
Oh, no. Only when I had to go tea and shave my shit shiny. We were good.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Junior.
No, I was just gonna ask what else, something else crazy over there. That's a lot of cool, weird shit.
It is, but it's beautiful.
Oh, I've wanted to go for sure. My daughter's been there. I've never been there.
Hey, I wanted to take my wife back to Tuscany, you know, Pisa area, for 25th anniversary. She wanted fucking windows for the house. Cost me $13,000 to come put windows in the house, and I could have took her over to Europe for
telling
a
you
month
right
for
now,
$8,000.
That she's got shit to do.
Yeah, she's taking care of the family, man. It's an investment.
How long was she in the military as well?
She was in about 7 years before we got married. When we decided to have kids, she was in a deployable unit, and so was I. One of us had to quit. So it was easy for her to resign her reserve stuff than it was for me to get out and try to find a new gig.
She was that long. Okay.
Yeah,
And you stayed GI fucking
kept going.
dog. What's the craziest experience you've had as far you say have you ridden in an airplane?
I have.
Can you talk about that?
Sure.
What kind of not a fucking everybody ride an airplane. You been in any kind of a jet kind of scenario? Where you
16, F-16.
fucking take. I've sat in them. How is it? Take me through that.
It's awesome. You get up there and you don't hear anything.
Did you just get up there? See how you did that, bro? Talk me through this.
Just get up there.
You get up. Fuck. How does it feel? Fucking taking off in that thing, bro.
He let me taxi it out, and I wasn't good with the foot pedals. because
Thank you.
You're looking at the square. You know, you're looking at the lines in the runway, and you got the foot pedals while you're on the ground.
How do you see in the back? How do you see the lines?
There, you have a screen right in front of you.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's
So
a
you're looking
screen.
at a screen. Okay.
Yeah, so like the weapons officer would be in the back, right? So
Okay.
he's looking at a screen, and he's making the target stay where it needs to be,
Gotcha.
right? But the same thing comes on by the tires when you're taxiing because you got to use your foot pedals to steer. I was like this, and the first time he gave me the stick, he said, "Keep Herm the sperm in the square," because that's what it looks like on the screen. So I'm going like this the whole time, and he goes, "You keep doing that, you're gonna make me throw up."
Trying to get going.
Well, no, we were up in the air.
Okay. Okay.
So we're flying around, just, doing some training, for his training. I was just along for the ride. And he says, you want to fly? I said, sure, man. He goes, your stick. So I took it. He goes, and
So you
for about 45 seconds, I was doing about a 200 yard up and down, up and down, up and down. And he goes, you're going to make me sick.
Did you do any crazy shit in it?
Oh, he taught me how to do the loop, the combat S. He was flying low. We were flying low. Broke the sound barrier about 100 miles or about 100 feet off the ground. And there was a van in the middle of the desert. Almost wrecked because he thought a bomb went off.
Dude, that's scary shit
And
to hear.
Then we're a half mile from the mountain, and it's straight the fuck up. And he goes, don't hit it, your stick. We went straight up in the air, brother.
How many G's? Couple, 3?
12,
Fuck.
10 to 12. But it's okay, man. They got new things now.
You're blowing this off like shit ain't no thing, man.
You try to bear it down like you did. You have to take a shit, and try to keep your oxygen in your brain. So now they got these nice inflatable suits.
This was before all that shit?
When the G's come on, it just pumps up on your legs.
He's like, hold your breath and push, feller.
Yeah,
Well, fuck
pretty much
you.
it. He said, all right, we're gonna do a small turn. So
Fucking
in my
small
training was like, bear down because the G's are coming. He goes, oh yeah, we're not there yet. Don't worry about it. He says, I'll let you know.
Was it the fucking gnarliest thing you've ever felt in your life?
Actually, it was fun as hell. I mean, it was like being on the hellhole back at Conneaut State Park in Pennsylvania, man. You spin around until you stick to the wall when the floor drops.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
It's called the hellhole. You spin around so fast that when they drop the floor, you're stuck to the wall.
Oh, like if
Like at the carnival.
Yeah,
I've never done
yeah,
that.
back when we call it. It was.
It doesn't make you fucking dizzy?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Shit, if you throw up three people down are going to catch it, and it's going to stay on them until it stops.
how long did you fly for? Was that a one-time thing?
No, that was anytime they had a wide open seat, they'd call the medics over and see if we wanted to get a couple hours flight time.
Just cause.
Yep, they had an empty seat. They call us up. Hey, you want to go for a ride? Hell yeah, be right over.
You fucking, I would be that in less than a second.
That's not at every Air Force base, though,
So
brother. That was
fucking-
that was at a special place.
That's land far away. Do they still fly though? F-16s? Are they still around?
Yep.
Because I know we were big for them right here at Hill.
Yeah, now they got the Raptors up there.
They
now.
almost shut it down. I was dying.
Yep.
Really? You can shut that down? That's cute. How fast? Well, you broke the sound barrier.
Broke the sound barrier. Yep.
Have you heard that from our standpoint?
Yep.
It goes boom, boom, boom.
They go boom. Yeah.
We were in the Great Basin doing that power line I spoke of.
Yeah.
In the Vegas desert, the basin where they do all that crazy shit.
Right.
We were in Fallon as well. I don't know if you know that area.
Oh, yeah.
Fallon, Nevada. I'm sure you do. And we have been within feet of them when they come fucking around, whatever they are. I don't know what the airplanes are, but
Up in Fallon, they're F-15s, I think.
oh my God, it's
That's-
insanity.
That's Navy.
Where they got their, it's just insane. The big,
18. They had to think they had the 18 Hornets up there and F-15 Eagles up there.
they let you get within a mile of what they're doing right there.
Well, they're not doing shit.
They're bombing. They were bombing the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Right by the line, Cold Springs, right out Cold Springs, Nevada.
Well, you can go down
Insane.
to outside of Vegas. It used to be called Indian Springs, but now it's Creech Air Station, I think. And every year they usually have a bomb air raid 2-day show.
Nope. Really?
Yeah, they'll come down with the A-10s and cut a bus in half, or they'll come down with the little bombs by the hundreds with the parachutes on them and show you how they carpet bomb shit.
That's fucking cool.
It's pretty crazy.
That's cool. What's been your favorite experience through all of your
My Red Horse career was probably my
just
funnest.
the whole blanketed thing of it all?
Yeah, my Red Horse career, man, because we went places like Guatemala and we built schools, and drilled water wells for people that needed it and stuff like that. That's where I get my fulfillment, man. Anything I can do to help somebody out, that's where I'm happiest.
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn. You've had a little bit of an interesting career here, sir.
A little bit.
And you have how long to go? How long did you say?
Well, if my wife says so, 5 years.
Then what?
I'm playing golf and going fishing, bro.
Are you going to be in Twilla or are you going to fucking Italy?
I'm not going anywhere.
You stay in Twilla?
I'm planting my roots right there, bro.
You're not going to go to Italy?
No,
You make me want to go to Italy.
I want to go back. I do. I want to go back to Tuscany. Be nice,
I'm going to go check out Italy bad.
dude. There's a little place that's not really heard of a whole lot, but
Again.
down on the tip of the boot of come down the boot, right? And there's a little spur out there. That's Vieste.
What-
That's where you want to go.
What's that?
It's a mountain town right over the water edge.
What's it called? He's going to look it up.
Vieste.
Vieste. How do you... Yeah,
Vieste.
Vieste. Oh, right there. Fucking right up top. Let's see this bitch. Oh, look at that.
I was down there at the radar site for 90 days, man.
Oh, look at that white
Oh.
fucking thing with all the things on it on the right.
I worked at the forest
Is that a
radar.
rock? What the hell is that? Like everything's up on a rock or something?
That's what I say, man. It's all over the water.
Damn, dude, that's beautiful. Look at that. Is that concrete or what is all this? This is rocks.
That's rocks that they made look like concrete.
Dude, that is... Oh, look at that night shot right there. That's
Beautiful, right?
beautiful.
Best kept secret in Italy right there.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I worked the radar site an hour
What's
from
that
there.
big fucking hole right there? Yeah, dude, that place is insane.
And I lived in a bungalow on the beach.
Look how beautiful that is. You lived on the beach?
In a bungalow, yep. And it was also my clinic when I was down there. I had a clinic up at the radar site, too. We were doing the no-fly zone during the war.
If I could just get in your head, I'd love to see the shit you've seen.
You don't want to get in my head. Nobody needs to be in that box.
Man, I don't know. I could talk to you for days, and I have talked to you all day long.
Yep. And there's still more.
I know there is.
You guys been working on something today, right?
Yeah, we've been
Oh,
working on
yeah.
something today. Let's talk about, so today you came, thank you. You came today for this as well, but also to get a piece done for me, tattoo done for me
Absolutely.
in memory of Cody.
In memory of Cody, yes.
What was it all about?
It is a 3D dragonfly, bro. And I got to say, it's fucking sick.
Nice, bro. That's
Right?
awesome. On your forearm, we did this little a dragonfly. It's oozed up.
That's okay.
Tell us what that means.
What
Is
that-
it? What's the dragonfly all about? Why'd we do a dragonfly?
The dragonfly has a certain symbol and adaptability to crisis or something like that. I had the thing on my
We'll
phone.
pull it up. We'll look up. He'll look it up. Dragonfly is like. But remember, because
Look
you
up
went to a
Dragonfly
you
meaning.
went to a thing and the lady told you.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
wanna
I went,
touch on that, or?
I went to a medium after my son passed away, and the only thing she knew was my first name. And I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your fucking mind.
Every fucking thing you say does.
I pulled up to her building, parked a couple buildings down, and I was cranking, stained. Right? I get in there, and the bell rings at the door, ding, ding, ding. I don't see anybody, but this short English lady goes, "You must be Cody's dad." And she said, "My dad's here, my dad's here, my dad's here." And then we went on to the back room, and she just hit 5 or 6 more things right on the head. And she said, "Dragonflies is your thing. He'll be around you when you see dragonflies." Well, now I always have one, even in the winter. So, good on you, bro.
That's fucking insane.
Right.
What up? Remember what'd she tell you to grab?
What'd you tell me to
The
grab?
wallet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell her that.
She said, he wants to know what you got in your wallet. And
You don't know this woman. She don't know nothing
don't
about
know
you.
nothing about her. She didn't even know I was there. She had an appointment with me, but she didn't know why.
She's a medium.
Yep.
She says he wants to know what's in your wallet.
Yep. And I pull up his driver's license.
You're carrying his driver's license.
Yep. Straight up. Still got it today. Showed you earlier.
Yes, you did. That's fucking weird.
Right.
Those people are amazing.
I lost my wallet about 3 weeks ago with that in it.
Panic.
And I didn't care about any of my credit cards or nothing like that. I wanted that fucking license.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks after that, I'm getting ready to pack to go camp, and I pull a pair of shorts down off my shelf that I only wore like 2 hours and didn't do anything. The fucking wallet fell out of the pocket. Got everything right back.
If that license would have fell and slapped you in the face,
Replaced everything, and now here's my wallet, and I got everything back.
anything else that was creepy about that little experience with her that's been to fruition? Did that help you? Was that weird? What did you even go for?
Well, it did. It did help me because she hit things that only him and I knew.
How come you went to her? What was the idea?
Well, my wife went to a different one, and I decided I wanted to go because she came back with some stuff that I thought was bullshit.
To see what's...
Yeah, I want to see what the difference between what this medium saw in my wife and then this other one saw with me. And when I went home and I told her what I found out, she shit her pants because he hit that. She hit that, and that. right there. And I forget what he said. Don't worry about me. Grandma and Grandpa's up here. I'm good. She didn't know my parents were dead. Right? I had a dream of work one day, and my partner out at from DCD to Dugway. I had a dream, and I woke up in the morning, and I felt like somebody was hugging me, warm, that warm, tight feel. And I go out to the kitchen in the morning, and my partner goes, he's making coffee. He goes, "You look different." And then I told him a story because Cody tutored his girl in math. And Cody spent a lot of time there. So I tell him a story. In a party in this room, I don't know anybody there. All of a sudden I start hovering, right? And I'm looking around, and I look at my parents. They're in the corner, and my mom's just laughing her ass off. And I said, "What's so funny?" And she goes, "Look on your right arm. There's Cody, goatee, everything's good, but he's a baby and he's got his primary color onesie on, right?" He goes, "Don't worry about it, Dad. You're good. I'm good. You see all these people I'm up here with? Some of them you know, some of you haven't even met yet, right?" So I tell my partner this story, and he starts bawling. So I call my wife, and I say, "Hey," I said, "We have a picture of Cody in primary color onesie." And one of his friends came over and was snapping pictures of the photo album that night that I had this dream. And the second page in was that picture of him in that damn onesie.
That you showed me in the red.
That's the Red Horse onesie that when he was born in Red Horse, the commander put that on him when we left the hospital. This was something totally different.
Okay.
But here he is, this grown man's face with a goatee on a baby's body, kind of like Deadpool.
That's what I'm picturing. That's why I thought it was that onesie.
Yeah, kind of like Deadpool, right?
And he's like, dog, I'm good. I'll see you guys in a little while.
Right, absolutely. He says, so don't worry about me.
Does that get you through dark shit?
Every time. Every time.
You believe in it, don't you?
I do.
I can feel it.
I've been getting visits ever since my grandpa passed away when I was 8 years old.
Did you believe in it? Okay, you always have then.
Yep.
Energy and whatever that is.
I don't know what that is, and I don't know why it's only family, but I'm okay with only family. I don't want no strangers in there.
How often do things happen? It's none of my nobody's thing. Is it an often thing? Or?
It's more often for me than my wife. I don't know. She hasn't got that visit yet, and I don't call them dreams because when you're thinking about your lost loved ones, man, those are visits.
Yeah.
You know, and they make you feel different. Like my wife will say, "Who was it today?" And I said, "It was my dad. He's just fucking around."
So you do. You feel it. You see it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, that's intense. You're there. You're vividly talking, and
Yeah, we're having a good conversation.
Wow,
Like
man.
I told you today, man, Luke Bryan, have a beer, drink a beer. That's my dad, man. Meet my dad.
I seen you dumping beer on his thing. Having
You
a
saw
drink.
me giving him a drink at his gravesite. Yep,
That's
sure
good,
enough.
man. You're tied. You guys are all tied. That's
Yeah, we got a tight family.
He's still around. He's good. Is he here?
Who?
It's your son. Is Cody here?
Oh, yeah, he's always here.
He's with you.
Yeah,
That's cool.
too full.
Fucking right. Fucking beautiful. He's beautiful. What does a dragonfly mean? Let's see. In almost every part of the world, the dragonfly symbolizes change, transformation, adaptability, and self-realization. The change is often referred to as its source in mental and emotional maturity and understanding the deeper meaning of life. The dragonfly is iridescent both on its wings and its body.
So if you think about the meaning of that, my whole career, adapting, change,
Transformation,
transformation,
self-realization.
everything in my career were the places I have had to go to do things I had to do. That's the definition right there.
And mental and emotional maturity.
Absolutely.
And understanding the deeper meaning of life.
Right. If you don't have any of that, you're lost. Deep, right?
That's pretty deep. Ted, you're an interesting human being.
Well, it is what it is, man.
And I wished your stories were heard.
They will be one day.
They will be off this, but I hope it goes even further.
On my deathbed, I'll confess.
Oh,
Can I ask one question?
Ask away.
I got one question. Are aliens real?
oh boy. This is.
I'm going to answer this. Go ahead, you first.
That's what we'll talk. We're gonna talk after this. You answer how you would answer, sir.
Here's my answer to that. Anybody who thinks this universe is that small that we're the only ones in it are mistaken. How's that for an answer?
Leaves more questions than I had before.
Well, I know you're that busy mind kind of guy, so you're all over the place anyway. So it's just a matter of one day we'll get a mop and we'll make it all straight. Hey, when you sign your life away 5 times to get into something, you find it you sign it almost 600 to get out of it. Not a whole lot to talk about. Very boring dinner conversations. Hey, honey, how was work? Oh, same as it was yesterday. No big deal. Flew in a 16 a day.
It's got to be tough on everything.
It makes it. Well, my wife understood everything, so it's good.
Yeah, I'm such a Mr. Honest, my guy. Say everything, do that. That'd be a transformation for sure.
Well, you do tell her what you can.
Right. But
Yes.
everything, that'd be tough, man.
Not everything.
You get used to it.
No, they don't want everything.
Nobody knows tough. You've been through tough, right? The one thing that would be the toughest thing to go through. What else? Okay, well, we're just gonna retire and go get stoned and do cool shit.
You do your thing. I got to keep it light. Got to work in the morning, and I got an hour drive away.
After you leave, after you retire,
After I retire,
Yeah,
we're gonna get fucking hammered.
we're gonna sit here and not feel our feet and shit.
I'm okay with that. Just keep a puke bucket around.
Can we fucking talk about it then?
Then, yeah, sure.
You
why
fucking
not?
promise me this right now.
What's that?
After you retire, how long we got? 7 years?
5,
5 fucking years.
maybe 10.
We're gonna talk.
You got to ask my wife about that.
We'll ask your wife about it.
We'll have that talk.
There's stuff here.
Yeah. It might have to be in my truck where I know there's no sound equipment, but we can have that, we can have that talk
Where I
somewhere.
get fucking wanted before I get in. No, Dre has to stay out.
You got to go to Italy on the nude beach. That's where.
Yeah, you have
just
to-
to ensure.
No, what do you do?
You have to go into like a soundproof thing, like in the back of a club and shit, like mafia shit.
Middle of the desert, and just in case we need to put somebody down in the sand.
There's more of this going on in around than we will ever know.
There's a lot of things going on that people don't understand or don't know of, but it's for a good reason. You know, that's the reason why they don't. That's the reason why they call it OPSEC. You know,
But we're angry at our government for doing other things that we don't know.
absolutely. But
So how tricky is all that? It's
here's
interesting.
Here's my thing. After years of doing what I did, we never told anybody we were coming to kick your ass. We just came and kicked your ass, and then we left. Today on the news, 10,000 troops going to Kabul. Fucking kidding me? You're going to tell them what time we're coming, what day we're coming?
No.
I mean, surface to air missile ring a bell? They have all of our weapons now. It's stupid. But anyway, that's for another day.
Yeah. There's things to be continued.
I was gonna ask. You just made me think of another question. You were mentioning, I believe it was Africa, and you were doing the vaccinations, and you're helping kids with normal shit that we get when we're born. What's your take on the whole COVID-19 vaccination?
Oh, shit, you want me to go there?
He opened it.
All right.
If you're comfortable, I mean, if you can.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, yeah. We going to go.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice conversation. Being medical and military, I took vaccinations because I had to. Personally, I don't consider this any different than a flu. I took the vaccines because my in-laws are old, in their late 70s, so that's why I took it. I didn't have to take it because of work, but I did it for them. I will not be taking a booster. And here's a little twist for you. Have you heard anything from BLM or Antifa since COVID came up? Another distraction. My personal opinion.
Do you think it's a distraction with what's going on in Afghanistan too?
No, getting us out of there is probably one of the better things to do, but I think we could have done it better. Like, we always get the civilians out first, then we get our gear out first, all our weapons out first. And you keep a 1,000-man team back there to keep the shit right in case shit like this happens. And it's been 20 years, and they got, 60 helicopters, Black Hawk helicopters, 1,000 Humvees, armored Humvees, 400,000 rifles, all ours. I'm sure they got everything else that goes with it. That's the problem with telling somebody when we're pulling out. The Taliban was planning on this from day one. We don't give up our OPSEC. Our operations security is what that is. Like, I don't go on Facebook and say, hey, man, I'm deploying to the desert tomorrow. Wish me luck. Doesn't work that way. And if I did that while I was active duty, I'd have got court-martialed. And now it's everyday, regular talk on any news channel.
So what was the big difference? Why is it so public now where it's not just media outlets, it's literally the president saying that we're doing this, right? And it was before Biden too.
I got that. I mean, Trump didn't want us over there any longer, and I get it. I didn't want to be over there 20 years. The difference is, and from my experience, now I retired in 2006. I got pay raises in my retirement check and my government check while a Republican was in office. I didn't get a raise for 8 years of Obama, and they're not planning on giving me a raise with Biden. So for 8 years, I got double banged and no raise. And that's how much we are behind the inflation curve, and you see where that's going now. My retirement check should be about $3,000 take home right now. It's at $2,100. So we could talk about this stuff all day, me and you. He warned me a little bit. He said, you and Dre are going to have a good time.
I struggle with all of it for one simple reason.
You don't follow it.
I don't follow it, and there's a really good reason why.
Yeah, keep yourself sane.
Division is power. Division is disgustingly disgusting.
Absolutely.
Any division of anything is absolute nonsense.
Right. We should be like this,
That's why I don't talk about it.
not like this.
Because anything that's going on is nonsense.
Yep.
Until it's united and we can rock and roll, there's nothing to say. I don't know that this. I think human beings, as people, we think. I'm just excited to just sit and watch everything.
Hey, you struggled with this earlier too.
I do, because I see things much differently. I see things in a way of I think the more we fight, the more we try, the more we push, the more we tear, the more we. This is never going to change.
Right.
This is getting much, much worse, and it's going to continue to get much, much worse.
Because
This wedge is being deeper
Right.
and deeper and deeper and deeper. Let go. This is the idea. Lock everything up. Pull it down. Everything's on lockdown. Everything's caged up tight, so you can't get to nothing. Everything that we're doing doesn't work. Pull everything out and let it be. It's like unlock the tool room and nothing gets stolen.
Right.
Lock it up tighter and tighter and tighter. We're gonna figure out how to get in there.
Sooner or later.
That's where this nation is a unit. It's really fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it is, and it upsets me.
So all these things I just want to fucking scream.
I'm used to.
Let's unite, man. Let's rock and roll.
Hey, I'm all for that, man. If we can come up with a game plan, we need to put it in motion because this shit's getting old.
Simply, everybody get together. Fuck these both sides shit. It doesn't
Right.
work. It's division. It's garbage.
It's not right or
There's
left.
no two sides.
It's not right and left.
There you go.
Here's my true thought about this, Dre, and you being a man of color. It started to get more racial heightened when we started adding a hyphen after American or before American. If you were born an African and you came here and became a citizen, sure, you're an African American. I get it, but why can't we all just be Americans? I think there's a lot of divisive with the hyphen in that word. American, African, this. What am I, German, Scottish, and Irish American? Because I'm a mutt? I just think that's one of the things I personally think is when racial stuff started, and that was years ago. And I don't think the verbiage being spewed anymore is making us any better, and I'm sure you agree with that, even though you don't watch the news. But yeah, I'm sure we have different opinions on some stuff, but I'd be happy to talk to you about that.
I just really, the only belief I ever have, I don't do the political game. As humans, we know what's right, we know what's wrong, right?
Absolutely.
If I just got up and I started fucking tearing down all the fucking hard work that Junior did in here, that's wrong of me, right?
Right.
And we know that, right? That's where I'm at. We know right from wrong.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what color you are, what you believe in, what religion, right? We know right from wrong. And that's how I feel like we should approach things.
You know what? That's a damn fine point right there. Right and wrong. That got lost somewhere. Somewhere it got lost.
It's sad to hear what I see a lot, what all I know of, and I don't even do it anymore. I'm out of all of it. I don't care, but overreaction and raising up and getting angry and I'm on this, I'm doing that. That's so counterproductive of what's going to happen. You said it best when we were talking up there with, what does Morgan Freeman say? You want to fucking end racism?
Stop talking
Quit
about
talking
it.
about it.
Yeah.
The people that bring it up, it's come to me 1,029 million times. I never said a fucking word about it.
Right.
You called me a fucking racist. What?
Yeah.
I didn't say. It's on your mind. You said the word. I didn't even do anything.
Right.
You fucking racist? Whoa. Why, man? What'd I do?
You're just sitting there.
Because I did something that you think that, or whatever that is, not even racist. The gay thing, any of these things, these trigger words. I can call you fat. I can call you whatever I want. If you believe it, you're going to react to it.
Absolutely.
If I call you whatever it is you don't want to hear, and you're believing it,
Right.
you're the biggest dickhead I ever met.
Hey.
Have emotional of it and intelligence to say, I appreciate that.
Yep.
You don't have to react to that, man. It's not a thing. Did it hurt you? They're just words. These are words.
You know
It's
what you
really
say?
sad.
You're an asshole. You say
Thank you.
thank you.
I don't believe it.
Have a good day.
It's weird on a million levels, and I don't even. That's why I stay away from it. I think it's time to move on with everybody. Just people move on. Let's rock and roll. Forget about it. We've talked about this before. What's the other option? What do we do? If the people that complain and keep this alive, what do we do? What do we do other than forget about it? Don't forget about it. Just move forward.
Move forward.
What do we do?
Don't recreate
Don't
the
bitch.
mistakes.
Give us a fix. What is the
Right.
fix for the problem you speak of? What is that fix? Just give us that. Nobody has that.
I know, but there's just too much hate speech going around.
Speech, you said it.
Hate speech
Just
all around.
the words. Words don't hurt nobody.
And it's not one-sided. It's both. It's all 100 of different, whatever we got now here, 100 different races, whatever you want to call it. And I'm probably exaggerating on the number, but I mean, when you got people from every country here, I'm pretty close.
I know I do my part, and that's all I worry about.
That's right. I take care of people for my job
I
and
do me, and I don't worry about it.
pay my taxes, and I don't worry about shit.
That's it. That's
I
it.
take care of my family first, and that's my goal.
That's why I don't talk about it, spread it, get into it, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But my part is you look around me and see what surrounds me. You get
Right.
it.
I thought it was I was very curious because I know that you dabble in the whole, well, not dabble. You are the medical field, and the vaccine is a big topic right now, especially in the military.
Right.
So I feel like it was definitely an appropriate question.
Well, the military, if they make it mandatory, they're gonna make it mandatory. And I told Junior earlier, I said when I was in, I took 10 anthrax shots. I never seen any testing done on anthrax.
Yo, where did anthrax go? Anthrax was popping in 2001, and then we never seen no more mail.
Right.
Like, what happened with that?
See, distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
Was 9/11 a plot? Was that real?
that was, to me, being active duty military at the time. I was sitting down eating breakfast, watching that plane go in there. That wasn't an inside job, no way. They want to say that the building came down like it was demolition. I've seen buildings come down in demolition. They come down all different ways. But when you got that much weight, 50 floors above you and shit like that, that steel is going to bend under heat. My dad was a steel mill worker. He told me exact temperature that shit melts.
And that's the funniest thing about how all this works.
Right.
We talked about it earlier. I think the best way I've taught my little humans I've grown up to learn to handle their shit is, were you there? No? Then don't fucking talk about it.
Right.
Do you know anything about it? Were you there? I don't care what you think you know. Knowledge and being there are two different things. What'd you hear? Don't worry about it. I think that's the problem with our universe. We just keep spreading shit.
Yeah.
It's so sad and it's grieving. I feel for that.
Well,
But it's like it's that's where the opinions all just start
Right.
flying, man.
Well, here's my personal thing about that. I was sitting at the dining hall by myself that morning,
Yeah.
and I walked in, and the first one was on fire. And then I watched the second one come in, and the first thing out of my mouth was that fucking Bin Laden. Right? Straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, because we got certain intel, and that was,
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
yeah. So anyway, without going any deeper into that bullshit, but yeah, no, that was not all the conspiracy theories. I mean, how many people actually shot at John Kennedy? You can go that route too. And we all know pretty much the dirt on behind that. Because who took over after Kennedy got assassinated? President Johnson, who was one of the biggest Hughes helicopter stockholders. How long?
President Johnson?
How long did we stay in Vietnam? How many choppers did we lose in Vietnam? It's a conspiracy theory to a point, but facts are facts.
So other than, and I think Junior was trying to wrap up, but
No, I'm good. Whatever. You good.
other than fishing, and you said smoking a doobie, what else do you look forward to as far as retiring
Retirement
after
man.
such a fucking long career?
Hey man, it's I'm still going to continue to help when I can. That's just it's ingrained in me ever since I was a kid. Doing for others. That's what our job is down here, to help other people. That's how I was raised.
Look out for number one.
And don't step in number 2 doing it.
So what is it? Are you gonna do it? You gonna golf?
I'm going to golf my ass off. I golf 3 days a week at least now.
So when you retire, you're golfing. Are you gonna do it? Just do it naked. Just do some crazy shit.
I just want to get my wife out on the 16th green. It's got a nice big hill
Get her
around
naked.
it. Nobody could see it. Well, we're going to have sex out there.
You're fucking right.
If I could get her. The spontaneity's gone, bro, but
Well, now
I'm
though.
going to spark that shit up again.
Yeah, when you're retired, and you can get her there with certain substances.
Are you a shitty golfer without Cody's help?
Ooh, let's have that story.
Hey, when Cody's with me, I'm definitely a better golfer.
Give us the one story that you told me.
Oh yeah, number 3
Yeah.
at Overlake is a slight dog leg, right, with water all down the right hand side. And every fucking time I drove the ball, it went in there.
How far is it to that hole?
To the hole, it's about a 400-yard hole.
Okay.
So it,
No, okay, is this the one you
to the water, it's about 270. Oh no. See, but this is Junior asked or Dre asked the question.
Okay,
He
do
said-
that one and then do that one too.
Right. So he said, he asked me about with the dragonfly.
Yeah.
Well, it landed on my head cover on my golf club. I bogeyed the first 2 holes. I went to number 3, my nemesis hole, always in the water. Birdied that. Birdied the par 5 next hole. Birdied 5. Parred 6. The thing went off my driver cover.
Shit after that.
Fucking double bogey.
Fucking Cody.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, boy. Where the hell'd you go?
Yeah, hang out. You got him on you now. And there's no more
Yeah,
fucking
that's
listen
right.
there. Now
No-
listen.
No excuses.
No more excuses, bro.
Right.
He's right there.
So
So tell us this other one.
So the other one was it was a windy day, wind to our back. I had 178 yard 7-iron,
Par 3.
8-iron, par 3. Cody's putting his club away because he hit a shitty shot. He was pissed, and I hit mine. It was going to the center of the green, and then me and Cody get up there, and I said, "Where the fuck's my ball?" He says, "I don't know. I wasn't watching." And
He's
buddy,
pissed.
A buddy, yeah, he's pissed. And a buddy of mine is sat up there off the green because he heard the flag stick hit. And I said, I turned around to Cody, and he looks like he's this big. I got a picture up because the wind was so big, and his shirt was just flapping. He looks like he's a big fat bastard. And he was as skinny as a rail. And my buddy sat up there. I didn't know the guy at the time. We're good friends now. But he said, "Look in the hole." And I said, "Bullshit." And then I walk over to look in the hole. Goddamn, Tyler's number 3 looking right up at me.
Because he was clearing the green. He was still there.
He was just leaving
sent
the
it.
green, walking to his cart. Yeah, he stayed
You
there.
heard it.
He stayed there to tell me that my ball was in the hole.
How many hole-in-ones you think go? I don't know.
I've had 2.
I've shot the fuck out of. That's one sport I've played the fuck out of. And
Took me 35 years to get my first one, and only 2 years after that to get my second one.
I wonder what the probability of that shit. I don't think it's much.
It's luck. You hit the ball.
Or percentage is what I meant. Like, is there a? I wonder how often that shit happens.
I don't know, but when I had my golf course out there,
Yeah.
hole number 12 is where I put that razor from Stedman's.
Really?
They paid the insurance and gave me a 4-seater razor every year.
Damn.
Put it out there for $10. You take your shot. We had a girl hit the stick one day.
Really?
Yep, 3 inches away.
I've hit them before, but I've never dropped one in there. I've never fucking had a hole in one. I've had a couple eagles, but I've never had one over or one under.
Birdie, yeah.
Birdie or eagle is a hole in one, right?
Eagles hole 1 on par 3, par 3, and an Eagles a 3 on a par 5.
Okay. Done that, but
Done that.
odds of making a hole in one are 12,500 to 1 for pro golfers.
Do you think you've swung a golf club that many times? 12,000 times?
Me?
I've swung that over the last 3 years.
Wow.
That's a great way to put that, actually.
I mean, if you think about it, I work at a golf course. I play for free. I cut grass for 8 hours. I go play 9 or 18. I could play it every day. And you figure at my rounds right now, I'm shooting anywhere between 81 and 76 on a regular basis. I did have a 74 last week, so I'm getting better.
It's going to improve.
I shoot a 74 one day, and I go out the next day and shoot a fucking 101.
Now you got a dragonfly. I don't want to hear a word
It
about
just
it.
doesn't matter.
It's on your arm all the time.
Yeah, but see, that's my zen out there, man. When I'm out there, I'm only thinking about hitting a white ball and nothing else.
That's all you do. That's just fun. You check out.
Yep.
Now you got your homie with you all the time on your arm.
Forever. Ain't nobody could take that away from me.
Well, I want to thank you for your service.
No problem, man. I told you I wouldn't change a thing, brother.
I know you wouldn't. It's you're special people.
I appreciate the chance to talk to you, man.
Yeah, anytime you're welcome here. Anytime.
Hey, anytime you can't find a spot, let me know.
You got it. We got it. We got it.
We'll find something to talk about.
Oh yeah, there's plenty more. And then someday, maybe we can talk
And we'll go golfing.
and golf, and we'll smoke weed and shit.
Now you can smoke weed, but we'll golf.
You're gonna be retired when you can.
We'll have some good conversations on the golf course.
Man. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on our show.
Appreciate you having me.
You're awesome. Have a dragonfly on your arm forever.
Dude, you're an hell of an artist, bro.
Thanks, man.
What I say?
That was a good time.
What I tell you?
Win.
When you said, what do you want? What I tell you?
Ooh.
I'm just the canvas, bro. You're the artist.
Yeah. We talk so much up there. I can't
know.
fucking remember anything.
Yeah.
Other than the ones I hit you on. I'm like, oh, say that. You got to remember that. You got to remember that.
You wrote them down in green ink.
Oh yeah, your dad's one.
Right.
Yeah.
You still don't say it right.
I gotta fucking know it. I tried even. Take care of number 1. Just don't step in number 2.
Doing it. Absolutely.
That's fucking good advice.
Right.
Did he have any other good ones? Do you remember?
He lied on it.
He lied on it.
If you get past the smell, it all tastes like bananas.
Oh my God. Oh, we had a lot of that talk too. Fuck, you are a rated PG-13 kind of guy.
Yeah, plus.
Plus 14.
PG-13 plus.
Dude, this was fun.
That was a good.
Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely. For my first time, man, get my cherry pop. This was awesome.
This is a cherry popping for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I appreciate your drink.
No sweat, man.
Appreciate your company.
Well, you might want to give that to Dre because you ain't going to drink it unless Mama wants
I
it.
don't drink anymore. Well, fuck, I just did.
I think you're the first guest to bring a gift.
Yeah, God damn it.
That's not my fault.
No, thank you. I'm goddamming it the other ones. It was great, man.
Thanks,
I appreciate your everything.
No sweat, bro.
Keep rocking and rolling, and you've helped a lot of people today. The people that hear this are gonna love this.
I hope so, man. And if they need any follow up, they can get with you, and I can come back anytime.
We can do it. We'll do another one.
Sounds good.
Everybody, don't ever forget. Look out for number 1, but don't step in number 2 doing it.
Absolutely.
Thank you all.
And even got it right.